Hello, we are Vaca Design Collective, a creative marketing services agency with much imagination. At Vaca, we believe in the power of creativity. Great things can be conceived when three critical traits are put together: strategic thinking, artistic skill, and most importantly, love. Design is in great part the art to communicate human perception. Trends define the styles that people follow at a certain period of time and set the mark for expressing the current mentality, ideas, and behaviors of society and individuals. Three current ideologies influence this year's trends: unity, connectivity, and sincerity. Our first influence is sincerity, authenticity, and communication. Silence and solitude. Silence is no longer empty, but instead rare and rich with possibility. Less is more, and we are decluttering, moving more possessions into the cloud. Creative reality. Our notions of what is authentic are being complicated. We're celebrating the unfiltered, yet captivated by the artfully processed. This type of creativity envisions escape to consider what is beautiful and alive. Crop typography. Blending is the new standing out. Flaws are treasured. The art of erasing parts of the letters while still keeping their readability requires a lot of creativity and professionalism. Negative space. This is a positive trend not because negative and positive attract each other in physics, but because in graphic aesthetics, negative space techniques evoke quite positive emotions. Minimalism. Minimalism is evolving from its modest roots to a look fit for modern times. The new minimalism goes beyond crisp, clean lines to feature bold, neon vibrant colors and fluid styles that reimagine this consistently popular art form. Paper cut illustrations. Inspired by actual paper cutting art, this trend is quickly gaining speed. Paper cut illustrations recreate compositions made of different layers of paper, which means depth and specific textures are must-have elements. Pastel palette. Subtle means delicate. A juicy set of sweet candy colors can become an undeniable kick. Dig into a peaceful emotion of pastels and flat materials that evoke kindness and friendliness. Our second influencer is connectivity, the Internet of Things. We are each moving to the beat of our own algorithm. Data powers nearly determine every decision we make. Digital tools are now revolutionizing the existence of design. Transparency and how it influences our world enables us to come up with visual concepts that go beyond imagination. Fantasy. It's a magical landscape. Discover distant lands, far-off dimensions, and mythic creatures. Today's marketers add a bit of supernatural to our everyday world. The creative world is taking note with an emphasis on space. Searches for solar are up and interest in astro has increased, while the popularity of the unmistakable sci-fi keeps becoming popular.
Why? Why must man go into space? Why must he attempt this new and forbidding environment?
Rich effect. What was once annoying for the spectator has now been turned into a truly wanted effect, diving into a trend of fantasy worlds of eccentric textures and hypersensual experiences blending nature and the human imagination. Chaotic typography. Chaos was declared one of the top trends for 2017. It seems that for graphic design trends, 2018 will translate it into a chaotic typography. In other words, say no to aligning and yes to the unconventional order of letters and words. Typography as real-life elements. A modern graphic design trend is typography tightly interacting with other elements of the composition. The achieved effect is letters turned into real-life objects. Gradient. Tactile designs bring to the web the whimsical nature of bold colors and geometric shapes, where you can forget the limits of screens and pixels. Fluid self, double exposure. The double color light effect transforms simple compositions into new, edgy, modern-looking ones that represent the confusion between reality and identity. Color channels. This technique allows creating great illusional effects. A holograph, hallucination, and distorted reality, all of these are highly influential on the viewer, which makes color channels one of the top graphic design trends of 2018. Our next influence is unity, a quest for a world without boundaries. Nationalism and globalism are flux and optimism persist in the form of boundary-breaking skyscrapers. We are remapping our sense of community, challenging terrestrial boundaries. Travel and technology are making the world a smaller place, turning us into one interconnected global village. People are prioritizing exploration and experiences over material possessions. Even landlocked cities are becoming global hubs of crafts and gastronomy. Brands are trying to keep up, hoping to reach customers as both local and global citizens. Girl power. Women continue to band together in a global march that takes their voice to every stage. Their message reverberates through art, film, theater, and writing across industries and within politics as a daily reminder that is still much to achieve. Ancient geometric. Both spiritual and mathematical, these intricate patterns have their origins in diverse and disparate cultures. The symmetry of these styles makes for a perfect backdrop, but it is their ancient nature that makes them such compelling design elements. Illustration over photos. This technique boosts the effect of the photo and brings the composition a new edgy look, reflecting the essence of unifying crafted elements with reality. For brands finding plain photos way too boring, this is a great trend. We close our 2018 trends presentation with the most essential trend of all. The color of the year 2018 by Pantone is ultraviolet. The ultra-modern color that will bring the world of graphic design, package design, fashion, and home decor in 2018 is actually a blue past purple shade. Ultraviolet is an empowering combination created with just the right proportions of blue and red, and it makes you feel the future happens right here, right now. The sense-pleasing shade purple carries a vibe of innovation, luxury, and mystique, which for many of us feels like a breath of fresh air. And this is how we close our 2018 Trends presentation. Thank you so much for coming and listening.